Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go Within Yoga and your Waning Moon Yin Yoga practice. The waning moon, I guess I'm looking at some notes, is all about releasing. It's about forgiveness. It's about setting boundaries. And it's also about clearing the path for new journeys. Okay? Today's practice is going to get into your feet with one of my least favorite postures, your hips, and your ankles. No props are necessary, but as always, bring whatever props you need to feel comfortable in your body with you. And let's go ahead and just begin to come into our body right here, right now. Begin to notice your breath. Notice the beating of your heart. Maybe notice how you calm down a little bit and your breath gets slower and deeper. And as your breath gets slower and deeper, your heart rate goes down as well. Today's practice will end with a short meditation, and that will be on the calming quick practices that I will link up at the end of this video. I've been taking little snippets of practices we've been doing and putting them into this playlist, so I know how busy December can feel and be, and I know you may not have 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes. So these are practices that are 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Anytime you just need to center, come back to yourself like now, and snag a little moment of calm in your very, very busy day. Okay, let that go. If you're wondering, if you're new to my channel, if you're wondering why I am still practicing in my bedroom, we had to put our dog, our very elderly dog, to sleep 3 months ago. At the moment, we are in the process of looking for a rescue dog, and so we're doing some massive decluttering and cleaning in our house, literally. And so the room where I normally film before, my dog was having all sorts of problems, it needs a lot of decluttering, but it's something that would be closed off from a new dog, and so that's less on my plate. Moving on. Okay. Go ahead and come into a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, hips over knees, and go ahead and take your toes, curl them underneath you, and slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your toes. And maybe you just come here where you're holding a little bit of weight onto your hands still. That might be your first edge. Excuse me. Especially if this is something you have not done for a while, like I have not. Then go ahead and perhaps take your hands up onto your thighs and begin to straighten that spine. So your buttocks are resting onto your heels. A lot of pressure on the toes, and that's a good thing. Trying to have a very straight spine. Inhaling, growing taller. Exhaling, releasing that pressure a little bit, at least in your mind. We're not here for very long. This is a pose most people have to work up to. It's really, really good for your feet. It's good for your fascia that runs across your foot or down your foot. If you've ever had plantar fasciitis, you know what I'm talking about. It's really unpleasant, so this is great to prevent that. And I wouldn't suggest hanging out here all day. A minute, We're doing 1.5 minutes today. I just decided. And go ahead and come back forward into that tabletop position. Beat your feet on the mat a little bit and then just sit back onto your heels. And again, this is your first stretch. Doing a little ankle stretch. Ankles don't get stretched a whole lot either, and they like it when they are. Now this is a pose that you can hang out in a little bit longer than toe squat, perhaps. And go ahead and walk your hands behind you to a second edge, wherever might feel comfortable for you. Maybe you can go so far back that your knees are lifting up off the mat. Maybe not, like me. That's okay. You're still getting a stretch across the bottom of your feet, and you're getting a stretch across those ankles, and you're getting a stretch in your quads. This is another really great stretch to do daily, quite frankly. Most of us don't, including myself. Last couple of breaths here. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your hips. Come on off of your heels and take your legs out to one side, then straight out in front of you, coming into your rebound pose. Noticing if you can feel the energy moving throughout your body. Hands are pointing down towards your toes. And leaning back a little bit so you can open your heart center. The waning moon, of course, if you hadn't thought about it, is after the full moon, as it's beginning to go inward, 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 until the new moon, when there is no moon visible. It's a good metaphor for December. We are getting towards the winter solstice. It's coming up next week. Yep. And so it's a time of pausing between seasons, between that fall season of celebrating, harvesting whatever you sowed last year, sowed as in putting seeds into the ground, finishing up projects, and reaping the benefits of whatever you have brought to be. And so we're pausing between that and the winter season of rest. And go ahead and bring your hands back to your hips. You have a choice for your next pose. You have several choices. If you know traditional swan pose, you can go into that and hang out in that. I'm not going to demo that today. You can do figure 4 sitting up. So bend one knee, bend the opposite knee out to the side, and bring that ankle not quite on top of your knee, just a little bit above it. And the placement of your hands will determine your edge. So if your hands are further back behind you, it's going to be just as effective, but it won't be as sensitive, okay? Or you can walk your chest really close to your legs, which I like. And the final option, and this is actually how I wrote for this practice, and it's what I'm going to demo, is taking figure 4 on your back. So just laying down, and again, crossing one leg over a bent knee, leg that is crossing, knee points out towards the side, and then go ahead and bring it. You can stay there, as a matter of fact, but you can also bring it back towards you. So if you find swan pose to be super difficult for your knees, maybe your hips, whatever. If you find it just not your cup of tea, this is a great alternative. And this is really nice to do against the wall too, by the way. Bend one foot, press it against the wall. Last couple of breaths here. Go ahead and unwind your feet, basically. Bring them back towards your mat. Walk them a little bit wider than hip width apart. And supine windshield wipers. Allow those knees to fall from one side to the other. Feeling any tightness or sensation that built up in your muscles, allow it to relax. And let's take the second side, whichever variation you took in your first side. Go ahead, put the opposite leg on top, reach down for the thigh. You can also use a strap. I know I said this was a props-free practice, but make sure that you can relax your muscles in these poses. We're not trying to really build muscle. We're trying to strengthen the structure, the foundation of your body. Last couple of breaths here. Go ahead, unwind those legs, and once again, take them a little wider and hip width apart, and allow the knees to fall from side to side. Hopefully that feels really good to you. Just getting any blocked energy flowing again too. And then go ahead and take one leg down towards the bottom of your mat, and then the other leg. Hands can come out in a T. They can come slightly over your head, which is what I'm doing today. This is your rebound in pentacle pose. And then go ahead and take your hands back towards your legs. Bend your knees, soles of the feet, come to your mat, and walk your body over to one side of your mat. Doesn't matter which side. And then take your upper body away from that side. Okay, so you're making the top of a C basically. And stretch out one leg and then the other. Trying to keep the hips fairly level rather than having one really higher than the other. So you're trying to make kind of a crescent moon shape. And then you can take your hands overhead. This is banana pose. One of the objects of this particular practice is to deeply ground you. Allow your body to feel safe, excuse me, and secure so that your nervous system can relax and you can focus. You don't have to have your feet crossed like I do. They can be side by side. And you may have a much deeper C than I do. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly unwind the top of your body, bringing it back towards the center of your mat. And then unwind your feet, bend those knees, and then just come into the center. Take your knees a little wider than hip width apart and allow those knees to touch. Let's just take a pause before moving to our second side. Okay, go ahead, bring your body towards the opposite side of your mat and begin to walk your body as much as you can over to the opposite side, and then taking the legs straight out at first if you like, paying attention to what those hips are doing. We don't really want to have them super unlevel. Taking the hands over your head if you'd like, and crossing those feet if you'd like. Let's relax into your banana pose. I'm so happy you're here. You are doing a wonderful job. You are absolutely capable of taking on whatever you need to do in the rest of your day. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly unwind yourself. Coming back into the center of your mat with your knees bent. Heel toe your feet a little wider than hip width apart, and allow those knees to touch. And then take your knees so they're pointing straight up towards the ceiling. One leg, stretch it out to the short end of the mat, allow your foot to fall open, and then the same thing with the other leg. Taking your hands a little bit away from your body. If your low back doesn't feel comfortable this way, grab a pillow or a bolster, roll a blanket, put it underneath bent knees. and relax into your Shavasana. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of this practice, one of the things you can do at the time of a waning moon is to practice forgiveness for yourself, for others. I'm practicing, excuse me again. I'm practicing forgiveness for myself today for sure. I filmed this video. We had to go away several weeks ago, and I filmed this video. At least I thought I did. Well, I did film it before we left. I was working really hard. I was trying to get like all of December's practices done so I could just have a very easy December. I forgot to turn on my mic, so I didn't make that mistake today. And I've had that, it's very rare. I think it's only happened to me one other time. And I think that time I was able to work with it and adjust it. But this time it's like, yeah, no, there was no way you guys were ever going to hear me. So I have to forgive myself for being human. Yep, teachers are human too. You know, it's a little thing, but it was frustrating at the time. And so I'd like you to just relax in your Shavasana, maybe practicing some forgiveness, and maybe just letting this practice integrate deeply into your body and feeling safe and secure on your mat until you hear me speak again. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as feels right to you today. If you are moving on into the rest of your day, allow your breath to deepen. Notice the whole length of your body on your mat, how safe that feels, how grounding that feels. Begin to take Small movements you need to move back into your physical space in your own way and in your own time, meeting me in an easy seated position. We're going to practice a short meditation. It's a Hawaiian. I'm sure I'm going to butcher this. I apologize in advance. Ho'oponopono meditation. It's very, very simple. So just come into an easy seated position. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And this can be used for yourself. It can be used for others. It can be out loud. It can be silent. It's all up to you. If you're still relaxing in Shavasana, just receive these words. They're really simple. I'm sorry. Go ahead, take your hands to your heart if you'd like. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And just sit for a moment in silence. And slowly blink your eyes open. I love you. I have so much appreciation for each and every one of you. Maybe you're not hearing I love you today, but I do love you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to briefly explain why I'm doing all of the 4 major phases of the moon in December. I've been trying to align my life with the seasons, with nature for a while now. And I do find when I practice that way, when I take that rest beginning in fall and definitely going through the winter, and then allowing myself to rebirth in the spring and to have a lot of joy in the summer and then enjoy my harvests in the fall, life goes a little smoother. Just a little anyway, it feels like right now. The moon is all that, kind of, but smushed into 1 month, right? And so it's something I want to pay attention to, and I often don't. So I thought I would create these practices for you. They don't quite align with where the moon is in December, but it doesn't matter because you will always have these practices. You can come back to them every month. I encourage you to do so. And these short practices that I have done through about the last month, you're going to have them right about now. There's going to be a selection you can make of what you might like to go onto. And so quick calming practices, the playlist, sounds kind of like a play. That's one of the things that are available to you. And I'm going to put in some of my older practices. I've done a fair amount of very short but calming practices in the past. That's one thing you could do. Another one to release trapped emotions, especially in your shoulders. That's another yin yoga practice. You might like to do that. And also just some affirmations for letting go, because we are still in the metal season and we are still letting go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, wherever you might be.